Good afternoon. I'm going to continue my little scrap-a-thon here of that locker full of computer and IT equipment that I got. As I told you this morning, I've got my car absolutely full. My pickup truck is full of equipment to be scrapped. And so that's my intention for today, is to scrap everything that is in the back of Big Red. I'll get the truck empty, and then tomorrow we'll head off to the scrap yard and get rid of all of the computer cases. I'll probably get paid $4. Light iron is such a joke right now. But I've got to get the mess out of here, whether or not it pays well or not. I've got to get rid of it either way. So that is the game plan for the afternoon. I thought maybe as I went through some things that were different, I would share them with you. Oh boy, these ears are frozen stuck on here. I can't get them off. Matter. Alright, let me I've got, not like I have a shortage of these to scrap out. I really don't. I have a whole bunch of them. So I could potentially just run out and get another. Let me get a better bit for the screwdriver and see if that solves the problem. Actually, let me grab the ratcheting screwdriver and see if I can get in there with that. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I went and I got a better bit. And that seems to have solved the problem. I'm taking the screws off what we call the ears. These are the ears. Now it can't hear me. And that holds it onto the rack. Servers are like those old stereo sets. You get a series of them set up into a rack, and each server acts as its own component and does its own thing. This could be a power supply. It's called a Cisco catalyst. The front looks like so. That's some type of switch. Should be 16 ports. The trouble with these things is you really just don't always know what you're going to get till you get in there. I've got probably 10 more Ciscos in the car. 2 of the ones I took apart this morning have been not really had a lot of materials in them worth writing home about. So, but I have no choice but to go through this pile and get the boards. And I think tomorrow I'm going to have to load up with all the light iron I have here, and I have computer cases and everything else just everywhere. They're all over the place. So we'll do that first thing in the morning, and I think I'll probably wind up going to the yard that's in Meriden. That's about, 35-45 minutes from here. I have a pretty good tub of low-grade power supply boards. I've got a couple of garbage cans full of wires, and I have a pretty good tub of power supplies with no wires, and they will buy all of those. So I think that'll be job number one, is one trip to the scrapyard. That will buy those things. Yeah, look at that. Like I said, you don't always know what you got till you get in there. Wow, score one for the catalyst. And this, just judging by its cover, I would have guessed to be an older unit. But yeah, this looks like it's going to have some goodies in here. That's just the trouble with servers. You just never know what you're going to get till you get in there. Wow. Let's see. I thought that was going to be a power supply. It's a fan. I'm going to just throw that in with shred, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of copper showing through here. I don't know. Maybe it'll join its friends in the basement. And, oh, this is a pleasant surprise. Wow. Alright, let's get all of this stuff out. So I will sell these as a power supply with no wires. I've got a lot of servers in the car. I probably will have 200 pounds of weight for these at 40 cents a pound. So I've got to get a bit of my cash back. After all, it's Friday. Should be payday, right? Sometimes you get lucky, and these are copper. So this will be some kind of a double socket motherboard. Oop, I lied. Wow. Okay, so there is no removable chip under there. That's a very light heat sink. Sometimes they're copper. Sometimes they're copper and aluminum. But yeah, this is going to be a very nicely populated board. I'll nip off these C-clips and I'll throw that in with clean aluminum. Or not take them off and then throw it in with dirty aluminum. Yeah, no, this is a nice board. I'm glad I took a little break. I was getting discouraged. That goes over with this, friends. Those have to get recycled. Wow. I'm happy with this one. I have not been happy with the past three. Cisco catalyst. I've got a car full of these too. I basically went yesterday and I pulled all of these server equipment that I could fit in the car, figuring that I'd be spending, well, I figured it was going to be tomorrow that I spent doing videos. I was supposed to go in for a treatment this morning, and of course the weather forced the doctor's office to close. It's really, really bad here in Connecticut today. It is icy. I just slipped on the patio and fell in the great big arse. It's nice for me to land. There's lots of padding. But I'll feel that tomorrow, guaranteed. I was out of everything. I didn't have any coffee or any milk or any butter. I ate my last thing of oatmeal. So I got up this morning bright and early. I'm usually up with the chickens anyway. I go to bed early, so I get up early, which is fine. There's nobody here for me to worry about waking or not waking or anything else. So I got up and I headed over to the market. By the time I got home, it was already getting icy. It was snowing when I left. But in the hour that it took me to get to the market, it began to get very icy. And they closed a lot of the companies. All the schools were closed. The companies told their drivers not to go out. You know, snow's one thing, but ice is just another whole thing. And I don't think we're done yet. We've had a bit of a lull. Temperature's holding right at about 33, so you know, a bit of caution is still advised. I don't think it's all that safe yet. Right. Now this is not going to go anywhere, but I've gotten the power supply out already, so that's okay. When you're doing these server boards, it's a good idea to get anything out of the way that you can, just to give yourself a little bit of room to work. You're going to find that no two are alike. There are 2 screws here. I've got to get out real quick. Try to get out real quick. And they're right in the front here. A lot of times you've got to start pulling off the face plates and other things. In this case, that's what happened. That's a very nice card. These are expansion ports. You can add more or less into there. But I'll tell you, once they assemble the server rack and everything's put together, they're not going to fiddle with it. They're going to just leave it. They're not going to do a lot with that. I'm under request from the gentleman I just took these from. He asked me to make sure that any and all hard drives are destroyed, and I've committed to doing that, so I will take the boards off and take them to the yard that it has to be recycled. They can't resell them. Nice clean piece of aluminum. I've got a pretty good bin of aluminum going. My local yard is paying 40 cents a pound for clean aluminum. I don't. You really, you really don't laugh. You got a comparison shop. What's going to give you the most value for your buck? It sounds kind of silly, but you know, if I figure I have 400 pounds of power boards, and yard A is paying me 20 cents, and yard B is paying me 40 cents, well, and I'm sure I'm going to have about 400 pounds by the time I'm done. That's really no exaggeration. I've got enough to fill my car. That's $400, guys. So, you know, it's a lot of money. And as I said, I've got to get some material processed, and I've got to get some cash. I did give him a little bit of money for this IT equipment. He's going to get more for me. That'll be a really good connection for me. I am going to try and get this bracket off, although I don't think I can. I think it's soldered on. That probably can go as a Goldfinger card with bracket. Sometimes they put on here what it actually is. I could look up the number and find out exactly what this is, but for me, it's just a nice board. I'm going to put that in with my Goldfinger cards with bracket. I won't have any problem with that. Nice. And they're heavy too. The Cisco material. This is, I don't know, you can't really tell, but it's very, very thick. There's also a lot of nice gold flashing on here, and some really nice boards. Very nice. It could go as a high-grade peripheral board as well, but I'm just as comfortable putting it in with the Goldfinger cards. It'll live happily there with its friends. Ouch. Okay. Now let's see about trying to get the board out. you've got to get them away from anything where they connect. You've got to pull, you've got to break that connection. And a lot of times the board will get hung up on these kind of things, Ethernet ports, telephone lines. Sometimes the board is plugged in to that, so you have to pry it away. We'll try to. Yeah, see, I gotta push that out, I think. I can see the board is under this, so I've got to get whatever this is out. Okay. So this has to come out somehow. So this is holding up the whole works right here in the corner. You'll find that a lot with server boards. There's just one little stinking something or other that just really gunks up the works. In this case, I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Okay, there you go. Just going to go around and start loosening things on the board to see if I can separate the board from the base. Also at the same time double checking to make sure I haven't missed anything. Get this fella out. I'm going to get these off just in case there's a screw hiding underneath that I haven't seen, and sure enough there is one. You gotta look everywhere, hide and seek. It's just a nice mid-grade board. I'll put it in with my mid-grade peripheral boards. And sure enough, hiding in the corner, just to make Scrappy D's life difficult, is a screw. I think I'm going to get this off too, because there may be part of the board underneath here. Possibly. I don't see any screws holding this faceplate on, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. The more access to the board you give yourself, the easier it's going to be to remove. It's not exactly made to be taken apart, you know. I don't think the people who put these together thought people would come and want to dismantle things that cost thousands of dollars back in the day. It's just plastic crap. Okay. Okay, there should not be anything else holding this board down. These are attached to the board. I don't see anything here. go. There's a screw right here on the corner that's holding that part on. Just when you think you got them all off. Okay, that should release the pressure there. Okay, come on. You can do it. You know you can. You want to. You're hanging up on this again. Same as before. It's hanging right here. So, let's try doing this, although I don't really think that's the problem. Sorry guys, these things are a pain in the ass to work with. No way around it. Yeah. I do think that, yeah, that's gonna, that should do it. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I tore that right off the board, but it's got to be done to get this out of here, I think. So, it's just rubbish anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just like everything else, you get quicker at these the more you do. But since no two are the same, well, I missed a screw on top of it all. There we go. It's hiding on me. There's a screw here and a screw here. Some screws here. Damn. That's a lot of screws, guys. Well, that's okay. That's the way I do this because, number one, the next one will be a lot easier for me. And it's going to be a lot easier for you. Wouldn't you love to struggle through this on your own without me having done it first and embarrassing myself? I'm not embarrassed. With the carload of these that I have right now, I'll be an expert by the time I'm done with this video series. And so will you. Okay, let's go online and watch Scrappy D screw up. Nah, not really. Here we go. Come on. Come on, don't tell me I gotta get this off. No way. Yeah, sure enough, there's part of the board under there. I don't know though. I don't necessarily feel this crap is the answer. Sorry guys, the vid got long. There's a screw, and there's the culprit. Dadgummit. Told you there was always some little something left. I actually gave thought to deleting this video, but I'm not going to, because for educational value, this will be a good one for you. Alright. There's a clip right here. Not anymore. There we go. That, as they say, is that. Or at least should be. Holy crap. Hey, hey. This doesn't test your patience, boys and girls. I don't know what will. There we go. Hello. Yeah, let's see what we got for an hour's worth of aggravation. I'm going to take this off. I'll probably clean this off and throw it in with peripheral boards. To be determined. But to do that, I got to get all this garbage off of it. I mean, basically, it's a low-grade power board as it sits. But we'll see. Well, that's what we got. A lot of dead, wasted space, unfortunately. This is rubbish. Some nice gold pins here. A couple of nice chips here. A lot of nice chips here. It's a telecom board, for sure. I'm going to go telecom low, because a telecom high would have to be covered with chips. I really had hoped it would be a dual socket, but it's not. Those chips are sealed. By the way, please don't try to take these off. You'll wreck your board. You'll tick off your buyer. And it's just not worth it. So it is what it is. Low-grade telecom. This, it would be a low high and a high low. A lot of tantalum capacitors, a lot of IC chips, a lot of MLCCs. It's a good board. It's got a dead zone here, and I could see a little bit more chips. Now, some people, why don't you just cut that off? This is full of copper and gold and aluminum and a lot of other stuff that's super, super toxic. You don't want to breathe that in. I could nip these off if I go low telecom. But Board Sort's got some good videos. I am going to take a peek at a couple of their new ones just before I submit this for sale. Okay, so that's a Cisco Catalyst. I'm going to sign off because that wound up being a very long video, and I think I'll go look for something else to destroy. That was annoying, but that's okay. Another one done, right? I hope you enjoyed the video. Watch me struggle with it so you don't have to. I probably will put up another one of me just doing one of these quickly. Because I'm really considering just deleting this video. I haven't decided yet. This has a date of 9/17/2018 inside. Sometimes the date that the server was made is in here. So 2018. Thousands of dollars in 2018. $10 of lease scrap in 2025. Wow. All right. Catch you on the next one. Stay wonderful. Stay warm. God bless.